It is all state funded. We can, as therapists, bill Medicaid if Medicaid is available. And we have parents sign, and that's part of the IEP, is signing for the Medicaid billing, but we do not bill insurances, and there are no copays or no responsibility financially through the family.
Well, the initial evaluation is free, but then for ongoing service there is a sliding scale based on the family's size and their income, which would be a copay. And then a family's insurance are billed for the full amount of the therapy services, and if the insurance does pay, then the family doesn't have to pay the copay. Whatever the insurance does not pay, or whatever Medicaid does not pay, then the state of Indiana, through Part C dollars, covers that cost.
Well, it's a free and appropriate public education, so there aren't any medical copays for that. Generally, as I understand it, federal and state dollars based on eligibility helps fund the different positions, the teacher position and the materials and things to provide services for students in that environment. I think that there might be a small materials fee that each child is asked to pay that's fairly minimal in comparison to what going to a general ed preschool would be. Well, the early childhood coordinator is going to be that main person at the beginning when the evaluation request comes in, and helps coordinate getting the team members together, sets up the time and the place with the parents. But then the classroom teacher takes over that role, and if a student is in developmental preschool, the parent and the classroom teacher have a really close relationship, and those questions generally come in through that classroom teacher, who then knows who to go to get maybe there's a request for a specific service. They may need to go to the early childhood coordinator to ask that question, or to the special ed director to ask a question, or maybe the parent has a question for the therapist, and that all comes through that classroom teacher.
We have what's called a teacher of record, and your teacher of record can either be your special education teacher. If you qualify for special education services, that is who your teacher of record is. If you qualify for only speech services or language services, then your speech therapist is your teacher of record. Let's go with the first one, which is the special education teacher, and someone who would have more therapies than just speech, maybe OT and PT as well. But they would coordinate all the interactions with the family when we meet annually for an IEP. They would also coordinate the progress notes. They get everyone's progress notes together to get those mailed home to the families. So they would be the primary coordinator for that child.
Service coordinator is an individual that works behind the scenes. They coordinate the actual plan itself, the paperwork, the meetings. They organize the paperwork, making sure that reports are turned into the state in a timely manner, provided to the family. If the families have any concerns, they are able to contact their service coordinator, who can facilitate working out any sort of issues that might have come. But they also are involved with getting the family their choices for the companies that will provide services. So they're more behind the scenes organizing the therapy plan and the intervention for the child.